EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, it's the penultimate game of the NFL calendar, AFC versus NFC in the NFL Pro Bowl game between our visitors. The best players the NFL has to offer on one stage. The AFC-NFC Pro Bowl underway here in Vegas. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19th. Probably should have opted for the touchback. Off-play action. It's Howell. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Throwing here, Howell. He's got a man, complete. And touchdown. So the AFC, they won the Pro Bowl the last couple of seasons and off to another good start here.
Yeah, how about that? The first touchdown of this game. How many more do we expect to see?
Hopefully a lot. I want offense in this ball game.
I don't think there's any question about it. Rarely defensive struggles in the Pro Bowl.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. It looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Hurts to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Hurts. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It got his man complete. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. And he will carry this one in. Touchdown NFC. Jalen Hurts scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the NFC just an extra point away from tying up this game. Joseph connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 yards on the pickup there.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
They'll go play action. Howell. He has has it complete to Christian Watson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The end result, 21 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw. When they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations, ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
On 2nd and 15 now. Powell. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Third and long, here's Howell. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, it's up to how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
You know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
And from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. They had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone, and with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays, eat up chunks of yardage, and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
On 2nd and 9, Hurts. That one complete down the field to Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing is Hurts. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown on a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
They'll start on the ground with Harris, and he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress back to the line of scrimmage.
And they go play action with Howell. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. There he goes, left side. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and an AFC touchdown.
I have to believe that in a Pro Bowl situation, you know, we talk about these defensive backs during the season, that they're educated gamblers. They take the education out of it. They just go for the football here. Hey, try to make a big play, and if you get one, you really look terrific in this game.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he's got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And he'll work down inside the 45.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Hurts. Flushed out right. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Howell. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And all the way in for the touchdown. Evan Ingram, 48 yards. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're not panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Ready.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd and a couple. Hurts. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. It's a big play that time for the NFC, and even 40 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. They'll drop to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown NFC. Christian McCaffrey, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the NFC able to get a bit closer. But finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it and catch it, and he gets it done.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The offense for the AFC set to go now. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. To try again after the sack. Powell. And this is caught on the sideline. And he gets out of bounds as well. How about that? Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Powell to the air on 1st and 10. This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. On 1st down, Howell. Flush to his right. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they can at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Powell going up top. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Jalen Waddle in the final seconds of the first half. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Tucker with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have hit halftime of the Pro Bowl with the AFC leading the NFC. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the NFC to possess it first as we are back and underway for the third quarter. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw again. This one brought in by Jefferson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
But 1st down, Hurts. Middle of the field to Jefferson. Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Here's Hurts to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Called a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the 1st down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And now here is another interception. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Now this one has been fun so far, as the Pro Bowl usually is. A lot of relaxed faces out there. 2nd and 10. Here's how to throw on 2nd down. Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part. He's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today. But on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Williams to return. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the 2nd half. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They're going for Jefferson downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the AFC will take over 1st and 10. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and try.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown! That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. First throw now for the backup Brady. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And down he'll go at the 25. The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. DK Metcalf. 75 yards. And the NFC able to cut into that lead. Wouldn't be the Pro Bowl without the QBs taking some shots, and that shot paid off.
He understood, I don't know if it's instinctively or if he did his homework, that you do take your shots, as you said, in this game because the payoff is terrific. We will remember how many touchdown passes you throw. I don't think we ever recall how many interceptions you throw in a game like this.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The offense for the AFC set to go now. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and not deliver that for the rest of the year.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. That's caught at the 25. A big play there for the AFC, and even 40 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them.
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now Howell. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. Touchdown! Evan Ingram. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Looking to throw again on second down. Brady, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. Faking the handoff. Howell. The defense gets a hand on it, but he still grabs it. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
On second down, this is Harris. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Howell down to throw it. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks it right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you.
Well, the pressure gets home, and the AFC comes up with a sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Meanwhile, Brady's throw taken in by Evans here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Brady. A quick throw, knocked away and incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he's going to go out of bounds. Gigantic loss. Kept retreating, steps out. That goes down as a sack and a big loss of yardage.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack.
And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. Herb Smith Jr. from 19 yards away. And the NFC able to get a bit closer. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Fields the squib kick right around the 30. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The AFC offense set to take their next drive. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles, so the final seconds of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was.